Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aries. If Aries is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, this is a message for you. And we'll just go ahead and get started. So, I just want to say thank you for choosing to watch this reading. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you have been here before, thank you so much for the support. If you would go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing, let me know how you're doing, and let me know how these messages are resonating with you. That would be so helpful, and I also just enjoy hearing from you guys. Okay, so we have some really nice, and I forgot to bring my light over here. So I'm gonna kind of bring this down and let's see if we can find the right spot. I apologize for that. Okay, here we go. And you might hear my daughter and husband in the background there. They are in the other room playing. Okay, so we have some interesting formations. Let's go ahead and start with this large one, okay? This one obviously is the biggest one in the entire bowl. It is beautiful. It's dense, very dense in parts, and very much looks like a bird in flight. Kind of reminds me of like First Nation artwork, or maybe like Mesoamerican, or some indigenous tribal work from a more deserted area. Okay, so I'm thinking of and I'm sorry to laugh. I get so excited when we see these kind of different aesthetics, and it's so interesting to be able to see them in the tea leaves because they're not manipulated. They just kind of come together in their own way. And I'm a big fan of art in general. So it makes me smile when I see things that are kind of in these different traditions, schools, folk arts, and just so beautiful. So, okay, I'm thinking that this bird, it looks like it is soaring. It looks like it is in the sky. It almost has the same kind of presence to me as Nuit, which is the sky goddess in the Egyptian artwork, but of the night, okay, and kind of wrapped over with stars throughout. And this kind of gives me the same feeling. This seems like this is very much an airy and sky, which makes sense because it is a bird. But even more so than that, I think this really has to do with that higher thinking, with those places in the mind, obviously, but the emotional mind, okay? And not so much, I mean, this is tied into the logical, rational side. But I think, and because this is a reading for Aries and any of the positions, when you have a prominent Aries placement, I think that you tend to lean towards a balance between emotional and rational thinking. And although, Aries sometimes are somewhat stereotyped to be maybe hot-headed a little bit, or domineering, I guess would be the way to put it. There's this beautiful balance between the logical mind and the emotional mind. Okay, so I think of this symbol as really showing me that you're a protector of your family, of your people, of the people in your direct life, the people that you probably know through your chosen career or work field, co-workers, maybe you run a business. You're very much involved with helping people get the things that they need, the resources that they need to thrive. But also, I think that you have this part of yourself that really wants to see other people realize their dreams, to even begin to seek out their dreams. So I think that you are very much a mentor. You would be, a leader in your community, a leader in your family, a leader in your workplace. And now that doesn't necessarily mean that you are in management or run the business, own the business. Although that could definitely be true, I think you are just a leader in any part of your life where you apply yourself. Okay, so I think there's also this feeling of kind of watching out for. Sorry, my cat's over here. We have some new potpourri and he is checking it out. He hasn't seen it before, so he's kind of giving it a glance there. And I've kind of forgot where I was at with that. But basically, I'm just seeing really that something is going on right now that has you really activated in this space where I think that somebody has needed some help for you. I'm getting the impression that this is maybe like a fumbling in life. There's some kind of difficult problem, but sensitive. It's a sensitive problem. Okay. And I almost think that this maybe is health related, or I don't, maybe something along the lines of addiction related. And I think that you have been helpful to this person. I think you've been kind of maybe like a check-in person, somebody that has been helping guide them through this period of their life right now. It's been difficult emotionally, and I think that is really evident because there's kind of this hole right in the chest of this bird. Okay, and I don't think it's necessarily that your heart has been broken, but I think that it really indicates to me that you've kind of had to be in this guarded state. Okay, you've had to kind of hide your heart. Although I think that you care very much, you're very empathetic, and you have a deep connection with this person. I think that you definitely, and that's why I wonder if it's something along the lines of maybe mental health or addiction related, because it is a situation where you've really, really put a lot of effort. You have had to be so careful, and it's a very sensitive topic, which it would be. And the situation is somewhat volatile. And I think that, there are no promises, that there's a lack of stability. And I feel that it really affects you, but you are also aware that the person that you are helping, that you are looking out for, is sick. Okay, and they have a disease. And So I think you kind of vacillate between being highly affected emotionally and going into a state of trying to be there for them. You go into a mode of kind of almost like a first responder would. You know, you go like step by step. You try to resolve the issues. You try to figure out, you know, how you can be of assistance and be in a supportive role. Okay, but it seems like it's been a difficult go of it at points for sure. And I just want to rotate this just to kind of, well, and this is interesting too, because I see the same bird kind of in this phoenix position. Okay, so the body and the wings and then the head here. So I feel like, and I don't want to say, you know, what the outcome of this is going to be because I don't know. But I feel like as pertaining to you, you have these bursts of like renewed energy, renewed hope. You know, sometimes I think really get weary and weighed down. And I think sometimes you go to bed, you are so exhausted from, you know, the soul to the body to the mind, all of it is just, you know, dog tired. And when you wake up in the morning, you somehow pull it together and have hope for this day. You rise like a phoenix and you just continue on, selfless in a lot of ways. Okay, and I think that is not uncommon for you. I think that you are a person that really tries to be of service to others. And that has been something that has been kind of a common role for you throughout your life. Okay, and now let's go. And over here, and I'm sorry, my cat Pudgy is just really trying to get in here with us. This one right here looks like a fish, and I really think that this makes me wonder if the person is a water sign, but especially a Pisces. Okay, this person that we've been talking about. And I want to go back to this one in a second, but I want to show you, excuse me, I'm so sorry. This right here. Okay, these two, and what I see are two faces facing each other in conversation. Okay, so I feel like at some point soon, you are really going to be meeting on an equal level. And that gives me hope that this person is going to be coherent, lucid, going forward in their life and really getting their stuff together. And I feel like there is going to be a deep connection with the two of you. Okay, and I want to go back to this one because to me this one really looks like kind of a bridge. And I want to also go over here to this because we have another bridge, right? And I see this person right here and it looks like they're crossing over. And I know that, you know, like when it comes to animals and stuff, they call it the rainbow bridge. That's not what the symbolism we're looking at right now. I see this as crossing over troubled waters, that you have helped get this person over the bridge from the harder times into their more healthy future. Okay, and more than that, I think that you are crossing over a bridge. This has really showed you some things within your personality, within your passions, that you really, really are a person of service, and maybe that you want to change your career path to go into a role of support for other people who are suffering. Okay, and maybe that's medical, maybe that's some kind of therapy, counseling, you know, or social work, something along those lines. I think that you feel very fulfilled doing these kinds of, having these kinds of interactions, doing this kind of service, and really just relating to people on a deeper level. Okay. And I feel like it's been an ongoing thing for you, possibly throughout your life, that you've just been a helpful person. Maybe you've helped somebody, or you maybe grew up around somebody who struggled with similar issues with the ones that you've been helping with. And so maybe that has helped you be able to navigate how to interact with this person. Maybe it makes you more, you have the ability to kind of read the signs and, you know, just kind of follow their behaviors. And I mean, if you are in this situation, you kind of know what I mean. It's difficult to deal with somebody who is in active addiction or is having acute mental health issues. But, you know, when you have really tied yourself to that kind of work and support and being there for somebody, you become quickly, what's the word? Not acclimated, but you kind of become really a professional. You master kind of the tide of these kinds of moods and behaviors. You know, you just become very acutely aware of kind of the goings on and probably the culture that surrounds these kind of things, because you have to, right? So anybody who works in especially like addiction or recovery or you know, any kind of medical field that focuses on this stuff, you know, you start to really see patterns in the behaviors and kind of just, you know, some of the things that go on with people like this. So I wonder if you have dealt with this in the past, if this is, you know, you've kind of returned to, somebody came into your life or has been in your life, and they're suffering, and you were able to kind of step up for them because you have some prior knowledge of how to deal with some of this stuff. Okay. And I want to kind of just see, because I see right here, and Pudgy, he really just wants pets. If you guys can see him over here, maybe not his head, but he really is begging me for pets. Okay, so I see a snail here, and that really makes sense to me for this reading, because it's just, this is a situation that is ongoing. It kind of, you know, it goes slow. There's a lot of, you know, two steps forward, one step back, or one step forward, two steps back. I'm going to go with 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Because then you're still, you're still going forward. But, you know, it's a slow progression. Any kind of health issue, it's something that doesn't just change overnight usually. Okay. And I also want to point out, I'm seeing a J that is also tied into this, the fish and Pisces symbol or water sign symbol. So this might be somebody that has a J name. Oh, goodness. Okay. Pudgy. Very forceful. Okay. And so it could be a J name. It could be the career path they're in. And let's see, what else do we have here? That's somebody that's going to be important. It could be the person that we're dealing with here, or the person that is related to the scenario. Not you, but the other person. And also, I'm seeing this. I don't know what to do here with this cat. Okay, come over here. Okay. So this one is an owl. Stay right there, Pudgy. An owl. And the owl is usually related to, well, in my own relationship with the owl, anyhow, related to the watcher, being watched over, also a sign of coming into wisdom, knowledge being transmuted into the wisdom, patience, okay, and just really being able to navigate when is the best time to make a movement. So precision in decision making. Okay. And let's see, what else do we have? We have a dragon over here, and it has a little flower that looks like some fire coming out of its mouth. So I wonder if, you know, sometimes during these trying times of this selfless help, there isn't a little bit of, you know, just kind of built up anger, or at least a hurt that, or what am I trying to say? There's a little bit of frustration, okay, built up, and it maybe comes out in little microaggressions or bursts of anger. And I think, though, that usually you're pretty good at deciding how and when you're going to say things. Not often do you lose your temper. Not often do you lash out verbally, and certainly not physically. But I think that in a situation like this, when, as we talked about, you're tired, exhausted, disheartened sometimes, you know, at points, and you've done a lot of work to help somebody, and then they just kind of, you know, backslide a little bit, and that can be very difficult. Okay. And I think that sometimes it really hurts your heart, and it's just frustrating. So I think that there are little moments of that. And I think what is important for anybody that is trying to help others, or, you know, finds some kind of fulfillment in service to others, is that you have to really, really work on your own well-being while also helping somebody else with their well-being. You have to sleep well, eat well, get exercise, get outside, get fresh air, hopefully doing, you know, some kind of breathing, meditating, going to the doctor, not neglecting your health, all these kinds of things. But also, you know, I would say that, you know, finding a spiritual practice if you haven't already, even if it is something like journaling or, you know, whatever it is. I mean, keeping an altar, making offerings to the animals in your backyard, whatever, of food and stuff like that. Whatever it is, something that is grounding for you, something that reminds you that there's more than just you in the world. There's something higher. There's some kind of order to things, some kind of meaning, all of that stuff to help keep you grounded, but also keep you inspired spiritually. That is always, always very important when you are helping other people. Okay. And, you know, just, there's always, people always use this this metaphor, and maybe it's very tired, but when you are on an airplane and it's going down, you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help anybody else get theirs on. So you need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And if you are doing that in a way that is working for you, hopefully it will help with some of these angry outbursts and this kind of dragony energy that flows through you in points. Okay. And I wanted to... Oh, no. I dropped it. Okay. I'm just going to go. I'm going to keep going, guys. I'm sorry. I dropped the thing, but I was going to look at the saucer anyway, so I was putting it down. It's okay. Okay. So we're looking at the saucer, and let's keep looking. I think this is a very interesting symbol. It's a little heart. And I want to... So I wonder if this person that we've been talking about, that you have spent a lot of time thinking about recently, I don't think that there's a romantic element to this, but I wonder if this person is related to you through a romantic like relationship or partnership. So if that would be maybe like an in-law, somebody, a friend of your partner, or a friendship that you've made through a partner, or somebody maybe you dated previously or were married to previously. Anyways, I think that this relationship has come through a romantic relationship, either previous or going on now. And I think that I think that's probably why you have stayed so focused and committed to helping this person, because there is an element of love, romantic love through somebody else, but also you've really come to love and cherish the person that you've been trying to help. Okay. And this one is so interesting. It's one of the flowers that's in this tea mix. And I just wish I could get it right in the, maybe right there. Hopefully you can see it the way that I'm seeing it. But it's beautiful. It looks like a feminine figure kind of flying through the air with its arm out. And that's actually part of the petal, kind of sticking out that way. And so I think that this definitely, this gives me, again, this like feeling of a very airy person, a very, maybe an air sign, but somebody that's like, I feel like, because we had the sign of the owl, and I think that because you're looking out for somebody, that is partially part of you, but I also think that somebody is looking out for you, and I don't know that it is, it doesn't feel like this is a physical person or somebody that's alive right now. I think that you definitely have like a guardian angel or somebody within your family line, an elder, ancestor, a loved one that has passed, somebody that is watching over you and really helping you protect yourself, protect your well-being. I think that, I think that what's really come through to you recently, and because I see all these fragments, I really get this kind of, this sense of overextending yourself and being just kind of depleted. I think that you've even probably had some intense dreams, that also you wake up sometimes feeling just worn out because of them, and like kind of a residue of those dreams. But I think the overall message is that you need to kind of slow down and focus on your own needs sometimes. I think that maybe one of your few faults is that you don't always focus on your own things first. You don't prioritize yourself always. I think sometimes you get wrapped up in these things that you want to do, especially when it concerns helping other people, and you kind of push your own stuff down. And I see that you have this person who is very much looking out for you, kind of trying to get through to you, telling you you need to really take care of yourself. Okay. And I'm so sorry about that teacup. Here comes my other cat to check it out. What did you do, Mom? She says. Okay. Yeah, and I think that's really so much the message here. And I kind of just see this image of like a strong rooted tree. And that would be from this angle more. But just, this idea that you are really a stable energy in people's lives. You're there, you can withstand a lot, okay? But you also, you're a living thing, and sometimes you really have to make sure that you are fortified, and that not only that, but just that you are also receiving the love. Hi, baby. The love, respect, and care that you give to other people. Okay. And that things aren't so one-sided, okay, in your life. And so both my cats have decided to sit here with me. This cup fell out. So I guess that's really the reading right now. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because it turned into a bit of a disaster. I am so thankful for your time, and I'm always so honored to be able to bring these messages to you. I'm sorry that this wasn't a more happy kind of message for the new year. But the good news is that, you are trying hard. I think that you are doing well. And, I think that this actually potentially helps open up some clarity and clear pathways to future work or future education for you to get into a career field that you will find fulfilling. And, that's a wonderful thing. Sometimes these kinds of clarities come through some amount of discomfort and struggle and strife. Okay. But I think really, as far as I'm seeing, it looks like that things are coming together, and hopefully, we end up seeing a good outcome all around. So, please, if this resonated with you, if you just enjoyed listening to it, if you enjoyed seeing my cats, hearing my family, and watching me be a klutz a little bit, please go ahead and like the video. And if you would be so kind as to subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. If you would go ahead and leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you're doing. That's what I really want to hear about. But also tell me how these readings are resonating with you, what kinds of signs and symbols you're seeing in the bowls. And, just also I'd like to hear, what are your New Year's resolutions, if you have any. I'm trying to figure out what mine are. I've been thinking about it for the last 2 days, and you'd think that I would have gotten a start on that a little earlier, but I haven't. So I have to figure out some goals for myself. If you're interested in finding me on Facebook, the page is Ula Tea Leaf Readings. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Ula of the Tea. If you're interested in a private reading, you can go ahead and look in the description. There are instructions on how to book one and all of the information. Okay, thank you so much for watching, Aries. I hope to see you soon, and I'm sorry this was kind of a little bit of a catastrophe, but you know what? It was fun, and the cats are so happy that they get to be the stars of the show. So, okay, thank you, and we will see you again soon.